just to kind of review some of the concepts that we've talked about. Feel free to work on it with the people sitting around you to just bring some stuff back here. What's a monomial? What does that word mean? One. Mono means one. So a monomial is what? A one-termed object. Cool. And what makes a term again? How do you know how many terms you have? How are terms broken up? Yes, I heard it back there. Separated by addition and subtraction. Cool. So there's a bunch there that you can do. You can look at, I think, almost everything there. What makes a term a constant? Go down here to number 5. How do we know whether or not something's a constant? Sorry? I heard someone say something. How do you know whether or not something is a constant? Yes, Hassan Joe. Yeah, so there's no variable. A number by itself. Cool. Akam, grab one of these booklets on your way by right there. We've talked about coefficients. So I want you to flip ahead. The one thing that we are going to look at that we haven't really talked about, though I know you've done, is flip over here to number 7. Actually, forget number 7. Let's go to number 8. I haven't asked you to do a lot of this, so I just want to review it, make sure we're all on the same page with it. How you actually go about substituting in values for variables. Again, something you should have seen in middle school, something that I'm hoping you're familiar with already, but just as a way to make sure that we are all here on the same page. I'm going to take a look at this guy here, this first one, and just, if you have no technique already, I give you a technique for isolating these, or for solving these kinds of problems. So when you're given a bunch of values for variables and you want to substitute them in here, a handy way to do this is to rewrite the equation that you're given. So I've got 2a plus 3b minus 4. Replacing your variables with a set of brackets. So I'm replacing my a with this set of brackets. And we're told that we want a to equal 1. Okay, cool. Plus 3, I'm going to replace b with a set of brackets, and I'm going to place my value for b inside that set of brackets. And now this thing just becomes an exercise in BEDMAS. BEDMAS says brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. There are brackets, there's no math inside them. There are no exponents, there aren't on this first one at least. There's no division, there's no multiplication. Sorry, there's no division, there is multiplication. So now we're just going to go ahead and do those pieces of BEDMAS. 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. And now we do the addition. This just gives you a way to organize your thoughts, order what you're doing. So like down here with a question like number 9, given this trinomial, the replacing variables with brackets would just look like this. We'd replace the x with a set of brackets, and that exponent would sit outside. Plus 3, throw down a bracket where there was an x. Plus 1, and now I'm going to take these values one at a time. We're going to plug them into this expression. So where x is equal to 1, I'm just going to place a 1 now inside both of these brackets, because these sets of brackets replaced the x's that were there. And again, now we just follow BEDMAS. 1 squared is 1, so this is going to end up being 2 times 1 plus 3 times 1 plus 1. You don't have to show all of your work, but I do want to see some of it. So like for something like this, I don't have to multiply everything by 1. It's easy enough to do. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1 is 6. This is enough work to show on something like this. So get into the habit of, if you don't have a technique, replacing your variables with sets of brackets and substituting those numbers in, and then using BEDMAS to solve. That's really it. And I'm going to give you the rest. How much of this do I want you to actually do? Because you did just write me a test. In the time that remains, all 10 minutes of it, I want you guys to do up to 9. I want you to do 1 to 9 aces with the time that remains. Aces means you don't have to do every letter. You just need to do every other letter. And it's a bit of a review of some of the skills that we've developed over the last little bit here as we lead into algebra. That's all I got for you today to finish up the block on your market set giver. 1 to 9 aces. It should be fairly straightforward.